Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy MCC here, and welcome back to another glorious Dexter video. Today, I have beside me our number 2 Dexter Glazer. We have Mr. D-Nax.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm glad to be back on the channel for this tier list. You know, we had to come back for Dexter. I mean, after all, Resurrection is coming in less than, what, a week or so?
And you know, when Dexter Resurrection comes out, me and D-Nads are going to milk that to the bone dry. That's when our channels are finally going to resurrect. So today in this video, we are ranking the Dexter antagonists on how scary they really were. Now, just keep in mind, this is all opinion-based. This isn't really like, oh, this is hardcore facts that these characters are scary and these characters are not. It's just what me and D-Nads think. So, I mean, if you disagree with us, just leave it in the comments down below, which, you know, characters you think are scary or which characters you don't think are scary at all. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this. And I guess the tiers are pretty self-explanatory. Nightmare, nightmare, scary, scary. Mid is like, they're kind of scary, but not really. Not scary is not scary at all. And LOL is like, is that even a joke? Coming in first, we have Arthur Mitchell, aka the Trinity Killer. Now, at first glance, he doesn't really look like the type of person that really is a serial killer. He kind of just looks like a charming grandfather. He is around 6'3", 6'4", weighing in around 200 pounds, but not 200 pounds of muscle. No hate though, by the way. But behind closed doors, the Trinity Killer is a crazy lunatic. He's been killing for decades. I don't even know his kill count. I think it's around 100 or something. If I saw the Trinity Killer on the street, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I wouldn't be scared at all. But I mean, since we're going off of, you know, what they do and, you know, how they kill, where would you rank the Trinity Killer? Like, let me see your input, Mr. D-Nads.
But honestly, it could be argued that he could stay in scary, but that kill ritual where he did the thing to, you know who, I mean, Dexter's wife, it was pretty damn terrifying. And to do that to an innocent person is just, it's disgusting.
You just completely reminded me. Those bathroom scenes where he's butt booty naked in the mirror. Remember that one scene where like she closes the mirror, like, you know how like those closable cabinet mirrors, and then she sees the Trinity Killer behind him? Bro, yeah, that's devastating. Yeah, never mind. This guy is nightmare fueled. And then next we have Lila West. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I think Lila West is probably the baddest character in all of Dexter, and that's a hot take. But also, Lila is that type of girlfriend that's like this psycho crazy girlfriend. Like, she'll do anything if you break up with her. And when Dexter actually broke up with Lila, she took his kids. Well, those weren't his kids, they were Rita's kids, but still, you know, he helped raise them. She took the kids and almost killed them in a fire. Now, if that isn't crazy, lunatic, scary, then I don't even know what is.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, on the surface, she kind of seems kind, maybe even sweet, but she's extremely chaotic and mentally ill in the head. And like you said, she literally took Dexter's kids. I mean, how deranged do you have to be to do that?
But I wouldn't really give her nightmare fuel because, I mean, she isn't really on Trinity Killer's level, but she is scary, and that's a girlfriend you just do not want to have whatsoever. Yeah, the sex may be good, but I mean, in the end, it's not worth it, let's be honest. And coming in next, we have the man of the hour, James Doakes, the character that I glaze on this channel the most, even over Dexter. James Doakes isn't really a scary person. He's not a serial killer. He was just an antagonist because he tried to catch Dexter in season 2 and was onto him in season 1 as well. This guy was on Dexter like a hawk. This guy was trailing Dexter everywhere he went. He was like the Joe Goldberg of the Dexter universe. Like, everywhere he went, he was right beside Dexter, trying to find any kind of information or get any kind of dirt on Dexter as possible. So if you had a guy trailing you 24/7, like you couldn't even look behind your back without seeing him in your rearview mirror, that is some crazy type of stuff. But I mean, like, in a serial killer type of way, James Doakes isn't really scary, but I mean, like, he is kind of buff. I don't really know. I would have to put him in mid.
I mean, I agree. The Bay Harbor Butcher himself, he's pretty mid on the surface, but if we look at him, he is scary to some extent because of his muscle mass. I mean, you wouldn't want to be in a 1v1 against the Sergeant James Doakes. You would probably get your ass beat. But like you said, as a serial killer, he's kind of a good guy at the end of the day, so he's not scary in that sense, but his presence is rather threatening, so I think putting him in mid tier is probably the best scenario here, and I agree.
And next we have the tree skimmer. The tree skinner, or I don't even remember his name. He's that irrelevant. Now, on the surface, this guy is really not scary at all. I hated this character with a burning passion. Not talking about the actor. The actor did a really good job portraying the character. I just think that this guy is not scary whatsoever. Even what he did to people when he skinned them alive, just looking at him physically, this guy is just like, come on. This is like a joke in my opinion.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I completely disagree with you. I mean,
okay.
On the surface, he is not scary. He has no muscle mass. He's short, if I remember, and he's not really threatening. But when you think about what he does, that is damn terrifying. He literally skins people alive, killing them slowly. I mean, that's just, I don't even know what to say. There's literally no other killer on this list that does that. So I think putting him in the most bottom tier is kind of disrespecting my boy the Skinner. I mean, he is an awful antagonist, don't get me wrong, but if we're being honest, I would at least bump him up to mid. I mean, I can't take that disrespect for the Skinner, bro.
No, I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, like, if I was in that situation and he took me and he skinned me alive, like, no doubt, by textbook definition, that is insanely scary. There's just no way, like, maybe it might just be my ego or something, but this guy is not getting me. He just has his punchable face. So, I mean, we'll put him behind James Doakes.
Okay.
Just for that. We'll meet in the middle. But what do you guys think in the comments? What do you guys think about the Skinner? Because this is a controversial topic, man. Everybody has their opinions on the Skinner. So what do you guys think of the Skinner down below? And next, we have Stan Liddy. Now, this was the guy who was hired by Joey Quinn to investigate Dexter. This guy wasn't really intimidating at all. He kind of just almost found out, well, practically kind of did find out who Dexter truly was. But him as an antagonist, he wasn't a serial killer. He wasn't really intimidating. He just found Dexter's secret and then threatened to go to the police with it, and then Dexter just killed him right then and there. So, I mean, I just think this guy's a joke. I don't really think he's intimidating at all. And yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he didn't really do much. Like you said, he's not necessarily a killer. We didn't really see him fight. He was just kind of a good detective, which doesn't really make him scary. And his overall appearance and physique is just that of an average, 60, 50-year-old white male. I mean, yeah, it's really not much to go off of there.
And next we have Isaak Sirko, the Ukrainian mob boss. Now, this guy has a complete mob behind him at his disposal. He can send hitters right at your doorstep immediately. This guy means business. His physical appearance is striking and it's alarming. Like, look at this guy. He mocks. Let's be real. He's tall. He knows how to sling guns. Like did you see the bar fight with Isaak Sirko? He literally 1v3'd. He walked in unprepared and then just popped them like John Wick. Like, this guy is a lunatic. So with Isaak Sirko, I'm not gonna lie, I might have to put him at nightmare fuel.
Yeah, although Isaak Sirko in the end was kind of a sheep in wolf's clothing with the way he kind of softened up around Dexter, he is undoubtedly a terrifying human being with, like you said, what he did in that bar fight. I mean, he took out, 4 to 5 people, and if you even think about messing with his family in the slightest bit, just know that you and probably your loved ones will be gone in sheer days or even less than that, with all the firepower he has and the rage that's inside him in general.
Next, we have Jordan Chase. Now, this might be a very controversial take, but I think right off the bat, Jordan Chase has to go in the top of scary. And hold on, let me cook. But what he did to these women, I can't even say it on YouTube. It's too graphic. Like, this guy was disgusting. Imagine this guy looking at you dead in the eyes and not blinking and says, tick, tick, tick. That's the sound of your life running out.
I mean, from discussing the technically John Wick of the universe, aka Isaak Sirko, Jordan Chase is kind of the Diddy of the Dexter universe. He's definitely a monster nonetheless. All the crimes he committed and the people he got to do it is just disgusting, and you could tell how far gone he is and how lost in reality he truly was when he was committing all those atrocious acts and such. I mean, it's just disgusting, and I think the scary, he could even be pushed to nightmare, but I think scary is perfect for him, and yeah, I have to totally agree.
And next we have Kurt Caldwell. But based off of every single character on this tier list, what Kurt Caldwell did isn't really that scary. I would have to put him in the middle of mid.
MCC, I have to say, I think you're tweaking on this one. I mean, Kurt Caldwell, just his appearance is kind of scary. The face he has is one of a military sergeant, one that you don't want to mess with. And if we're gonna be honest, the way he kills people and his overall kill ritual, it's goddamn terrifying. I mean, imagine if that was you and he releases you and you see him with a gun and you just know you're gonna die, but you run anyways. It's terrifying, and I feel like it'd be better if you just off yourself right then and there. But this guy makes you run, gives you a tiny bit of hope, and then bang, takes you out by the back. In my opinion, he's definitely scary, but maybe he does have some arguments to put him in mid. But personally, me, I would put him in scary just because he rips away all that hope he gives the runaways by giving them a nice place to stay, food, whatever it is, and then completely taking out the light.
Actually, I would have to agree with you. Now that you explained it in those kind of terms, you made it, more scary. So I would have to put him in scary, but would you put him above Jordan Chase? Or
I think I would.
Okay.
I think I would.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I agree with you. And next we have Maria LaGuerta, which is yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Maria LaGuerta, she's an antagonist, but I don't think she's not really scary. She can't really do much. Maybe if she has a gun, but everyone has a gun in Miami Metro, so it's not different than anyone else. And yeah, she's kind of like nice at heart, so she's not scary at all. So next up we have Miguel Prado. Miguel Prado is an interesting character because he kind of has good intentions behind what he wants to do, but the way he executes is pretty poor, and he starts to get deranged as the more he kills and the more he really gets into this Dexter stuff, I guess you could call it. He is a pretty tall guy. He's got good muscle mass, so on the surface, you would not want to pick a fight with this man, and he definitely beat the majority of the population in a fight. On top of that, he tends to be pretty volatile, especially after his brother passed away. He's kind of on edge, and you can't really predict what he might do, who he might get on you, and he kind of goes under the table for most of his legal stuff, if you know what I mean. I would have to honestly put him probably at the bottom of scary, or it could be argued maybe above Lila just because of his physical appearance. He is a tank. But what do you think, MCC?
Now I completely agree with what you're saying, and one of the scenes I want to point out with Miguel Prado is on the rooftop. That scene was phenomenal. Jimmy Smith's amazing actor and amazing performance. When he gets mad, he gets really, and I mean really mad, and that's some type of scary stuff.
Next up, we have Oliver Saxon, aka the Brain Surgeon. Now, he was introduced in season 8, and this guy is... yeah, he's nothing less than a psychopath. He's pretty damn scary, and the way he takes out his victims is just disgusting, to say the least. I mean, after all, he literally killed his own mother with, no remorse, no regret, and just for the fun of the game, honestly, if you think about it. So I would possibly put him at the top of scary, maybe itching that nightmare tier because of his personality. I mean, he doesn't even have one. He's just a killing machine with no emotions, no thought behind what he does, and he's an extremely deranged psychopath. So I would put him top of scary. Yeah, honestly, what do you think?
Now I 100% agree with that, but I just want to make a little bit of another tweak. Based off of everything people did on this list, since they're basically almost all serial killers, I don't really feel like Miguel Prado fits the scary category if you put him next to Oliver Saxon, Kurt Caldwell, and Jordan Chase, and even Lila West. Yeah, he is scary to the normal person. Like Miguel Prado yells at people, he's angry, and he has killed people, but he's not really an overall serial killer, and he doesn't really have a crazy ritual. It was all kind of taught by Dexter. So honestly, I feel like he would deserve a spot at the top of mid.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense now that you say it, and I totally agree, so I'm fine with that.
And second to last, we have Brian Moser. Now, this guy has been stalking his younger brother for years, and even at such a young age, even before Dexter, he had killer tendencies. In Original Sin, he almost tried to kill Deborah by suffocating her, and he was what, like 5? I don't even know his exact age, but he was definitely under the age of 13. So having killing tendencies below the age of 13 before you even hit puberty is a nightmare fuel within itself. Like, he was basically born a serial killer right next to Dexter. So
yeah, Brian Moser is not someone you want to mess with. This guy literally patiently waited 10 years just to reunite with his brother. I mean, who does that? Well, a psychopath, of course, but he's deranged, and the stuff he doesn't have a moral code. He kind of just kills to get to where he wants to be, which in this case was to be with his brother.
And also, let me just add in, he even made Dexter faint. Now, that is something that is very hard to do. Remember when he had a room and he painted it all in blood? The floor was covered in blood, the walls were covered in blood, everything. He made Dexter, the guy who really doesn't get uneasy around blood at all, faint. Honestly, just because of that, top tier nightmare fuel. Like, if you can make a psychopath fall to his knees and faint and run out of the entire building like something happened, like you saw a demon, that is something unimaginable.
Now, next up, we have Travis Marshall. On the surface, his appearance isn't too striking. He's not really scary. He kind of seems like he's soft. Even though he is tall and he's not that skinny, his face is just really, I mean, not totally defined to be that of a deranged killer or a psychopath. But this guy, the way he takes out people and his kill rituals, it's pretty damn disturbing. And if you think about what he was gonna do to Dexter's child Harrison at the end, yeah, this guy has lost his mind entirely. On top of killing his professor, yeah, he's a pretty scary guy internally with the actions he does, but his appearance, I'm not gonna lie, really brings him down, and I feel like you could easily win against him in a fight if you're above average in height and have decent muscle mass. So he's not that scary, definitely not nightmare, but I think it's respectable to put him maybe at the top of mid with everything he's done.
And also, I just wanted to say this because we don't have him on the list, is Ray Speltzer. Now, if anything, I would put Ray Speltzer at the top of nightmare fuel, and let me explain why. Now, do you guys remember the episode where Ray Speltzer actually beat Dexter in a fight? Well, I mean, granted, he was on tons of steroids and he's tall as hell. And when he knocked Dexter out, he brought him to this warehouse. And when he came out to chase Dexter around, he put on a bull mask and he had a axe, I think it was. Was it an axe?
Yeah, it was an axe.
He made Dexter run for his life. Now, granted, I mean, the only thing you really can do in that situation is run when a guy has an axe. Even Dexter said that himself. But imagine his other victims being placed into that situation and having to run from a guy that is on steroids and has a bull mask and has an axe. Like, bro, that is honestly the most scariest thing in all of Dexter, and I'm saying it right here, right now.
The way he chases his victims around is damn right terrifying and quite literally unnecessary, but he just does it for the fun of the game, which further heightens the scariness of his character.
And that's the list, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below.